scooting along here. All right, everyone, we know how we start on three. One, two, three.
I am
I'm
ready.
ready.
All right, guys, let's do it. Today, I want to speak about something that impacts every single one of us. It's something that can quietly steal our time, our energy, or even our potential if we're not careful in watching it. And this is understanding the difference between being busy and being productive. Now, if I asked most people, how are you doing? One of the most common responses that you hear is, I'm busy. In fact, being busy has almost become a badge of honor. We wear it proudly. We say it as if it proves that we're working hard, as if it proves we're important or successful. But here's the question. Is being busy actually getting us to where we want to go? Because busy and productive are not the same thing. Busy is activity. Productive is progress. Busy is motion. Productive is movement. Busy fills our calendars, but productive fulfills your goals. And if you're not careful, we can spend years being incredibly busy while making very little progress. Think about a rocking chair. A rocking chair moves all day long. It's constantly in motion. But at the end of the day, it hasn't gone anywhere. That's what busy looks like. Lots of activity, lots of movement, but very little advancement. Now think about people who achieve extraordinary results. People that build businesses, transform industries, people who create impact. They're not necessarily working more hours. They're working and focused on the right things. They're productive. One of the greatest lessons I've learned is this: not everything that demands your attention deserves your attention. Think about that. Every day, emails, phone calls, meetings, notifications, problems, requests, interruption. Everyone is looking for that piece of time. And if you're not intentional, you'll spend your entire day responding instead of creating. You'll spend your day putting out fires instead of building the future you're looking for. You spend your day reacting instead of leading. I think one of the biggest traps we fall into is confusing urgency with importance. Just because something is urgent doesn't mean it's important. Is this moving closer to what you really need to accomplish? Or is it simply consuming your time? Highly productive people ask a different question. They don't ask, what do I need to get done today? They ask, what are the few things that will create the greatest impact? And they plan out their day to ensure that it's done. So when the problems pop up, they can work through it. Because success isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. Let's speak about the word priority. What's interesting is that centuries ago, the word priority was singular. It meant the one thing that matters the most. But today, we speak about priorities, plural. We convince ourselves that everything is important. But when everything is important, nothing is. The truth is that every day has a few activities that creates the most results. The challenge is having the discipline to focus on them. I often think about a magnifying glass. When in sunlight, it spreads out and it warms. But when sunlight is focused, it can start a fire. The same is true about our time and our energy. Scattered effort produces average results, but focused effort creates breakthroughs. And here's where most people struggle. Productivity requires focus and pre-planning your day. Busy people let the day control them. Productive people protect their time. Busy people react. Productive people prioritize. Busy people focus on the task, where productive people focus on the outcome. Think about your own day. How much of the day is spent on activities that truly move your needle? And how much is spent simply staying occupied? Because being occupied and being effective are two very different things. There's another trap we fall into. We sometimes believe that because we're exhausted, we were productive. But exhaustion isn't always evidence of effectiveness. We can be tired from climbing up the wrong mountain. You can be exhausted from solving problems that never move the needle, never make a difference, and never truly get you towards your goal. You could be worn out from saying yes to things that don't align to where you're trying to go. Productivity isn't about doing more. It's actually about doing less, but doing it the best. It's about identifying the activities that create the greatest return and focusing relentlessly on those things. The difference isn't about having more time. The difference is about guarding your time differently. Because people that do this understand something powerful. Time is the only asset you will never get back. You can earn more money. You can build another business. You can recover from your mistakes, but you're never getting back the time you spent on things that don't move you forward. Every morning we receive a fresh deposit of 24 hours. How are we investing it determines on that future of the result you're looking for. Not spend it, invest it. Because productive people treat time like an investment. Will this move me closer to my goals? Will this help someone? Will this create impact? Will this produce more results? If the answer is no, rethink where you're spending that time and energy. And I want to challenge everyone today. Instead of asking how I can get more done, ask, what should I stop focusing on? Sometimes growth isn't about adding more. Sometimes it's removing distractions, removing unnecessary meetings, removing habits that don't serve you, removing activities that create that motion like the rocking chair, but you're never moving forward. The goal isn't to have the full calendar. The goal is to have a meaningful one. The goal isn't to be busy. The goal is to be impactful. Because at the end of the day, nobody remembers how busy you were. They remember the lives you touched, the problems you solved, the value you created. So as we go about our day today, I want you to remember this. Busy people fill their day. Productive people fulfill their purpose. Busy people focus on activity. Productive people focus on results. Busy people react to life, but productive people design their life. And every remarkable life is built not by doing more things, but by doing the right things consistently. So today, don't ask yourself how busy you are. Ask yourself, am I moving forward? Because progress, not busyness, is what creates extraordinary results. Wishing everyone an absolutely remarkable day. Stay focused, stay consistent, because you got this. Have a great day, everyone.